Good morning, BamaLights. This is Bass. I'm just going to show you a few tips and tricks on how to get started gloving. First tip is you don't actually need a pair of gloves to get started. I didn't have my first pair until a month after I started actually trying. It's a good thing just to go ahead and start trying to get the muscle memory down for gloving. It takes a lot of practice and time, just a lot of effort, and to go out and just get a gloves and think you can just jump into it, it's difficult. It's possible, but it's difficult. So I'm just going to show you a few tips on how to get started. First off, use a mirror a lot. I use a mirror all the time. As you actually see, I do my videos in front of a mirror. Just, no, we're not all perfect. It takes a long time. I've been gloving a year myself. So, I'm going to show you a couple tricks and different varieties of finger roll. And I'll just show you the basic one, which is just left to right, and then going back. That's the first one. And then show you transverse from top to bottom, cross hand. I'll show you one palm up, one palm down, which I don't really know the names of them. I'll just show you how I do them. Simple enough, right? Which is pretty much one of my favorites, just because it has a nice effect to it, and you can do a lot with this one. You can go vertical with it. You can go horizontal with it. I show you the closed hand, which is for a lot of people for some reason. This one's difficult at first, just getting the motion down. It's not hard. It's really not. It's just a simple push with your knuckles. And now let's just see what I can come up with before the video's over. Alright, first tip for just basic finger wave is really to keep that inner finger, the pinky, for most occasions, or if you're doing cross hand over, or cross hand under, whatever you want to fucking call it, to keep that index as touching as possible. And same thing for over. Whichever finger is closest to the middle. I mean, it ain't gonna be perfect. It's never gonna be just perfect, but as you work with it, the cleaner you can get it, the better it'll always look. So you just start pinky to pinky, and you can just start slow. Actually, a lot of light shows, if you watch it, they're not going super fast. I should actually slow my own down. They're just taking a nice stroll with it. So just start off going pretty slow, getting the feel for it down. And then you can actually bring it all the way closed, and then a good tip for changing from underhand to overhand is wait till you finish the whole finger roll. When you're done with it, just bend your knuckles in and start the next one. For overhand, I actually usually start cross-handed. I lead with my right hand a lot because I'm left-hand dominant, and it's actually easier to lead with your non-dominant hand because it's a lot harder to control your non-dominant hand. So if your non-dominant hand is leading, you gotta learn a little bit quicker with it. It kind of helps. If it doesn't help you, whatever, do it your way. It's your show. But I usually lead with cross hand, right over left, and it's just the same thing with top. You just take it slow, try to get that nice effect to it. A good variety of it would be this way. It's the same thing. It's a little bit trickier because The way I do it is I start out with both fingers working at the same time. I kind of go ahead and jump right into the wave. I mean, I don't really get too many complaints on the shows I do. And what you can do, you can walk it, and then you can bend in and trade over, which is for a more intermediate beginner, somebody who kind of knows what's going on, but it doesn't hurt to learn. And you can actually go vertical with it. And this is actually a really good effect. And a good tip for trying to do a vertical is that groove right here in your thumb. Just put the base of your pinky in it and kind of close to the middle. When you feel your pinkies cross, it's time to open it. You know what I'm saying? Get what I'm saying? You can actually pull it apart, open it up, close it again. I mean, it's a lot simple, but it's actually a pretty simple concept. And you can actually do a lot from here. You can finger away from here. You can open it up and go to the bottom. This isn't really a tutorial on how to do each one of these moves. It's just to show you variety. Just hit me up on the page. You want me to slow it down? I mean, I'm pretty new at giving tutorials. I don't really know how to teach over a video. So, this is actually a good one. I'll actually slow this one down for you. The thing about this one is these bottom knuckles, not the very base, but this knuckle right here, this right here, you want to push that against each of its opposing finger. So, push, like a fish, like that. You want to push, and then for the other three fingers, you want to follow it one by one, and then you push back and follow it, and push back and follow it. And it helps to put those wrists in there, turn with it at the same time. Just give it a little effect. And then you can turn it sideways, and it looks good from there too. You just start off slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you just pick up a little bit of speed with it. And it's not necessarily better to go faster, but it looks better if you put a little bit of speed behind it. And you can actually just go crazy with that one. It's pretty simple. I guess another good one to teach you would be, I guess a whip would be a really good one, because it kind of goes with the whole finger roll effect. I'll skip back for this. And a whip is simple. It's just a finger roll, but you're putting a twist with your wrist in it. You can actually just use the gun effect on this one as a practice. Really what you're doing is, I start off as pointing that way as far as I can. I come down and make a circle. That's really what you're doing. What you want to do is you want to put that elbow in and kind of go all the way around with it to get the full circle. And kind of put a little push and pull to it. Give it a tunnel effect. And you want to use both hands. You want to do a follow-up on it, so you get the motion for both of them. And then, you just kind of work your way up there for you beginners. And then to tie it all together, what you want to do is you want to, I start off with wrist on top of wrist. This is just a basic starting position for whips. You know what I'm saying? You want to come out, do your circle as you're closing it. So about right here, you want to bring the following hand over the top as it's closing, and then repeat as it's closing. Bring it under, over. Bring it over, bring it over, bring it over. Now that's pretty much slow motion for you. You want to put a little bit of speed into it. I put a lot of speed in mine, which I'll admit mine look a little sloppy most of the time. I'm not really a tunnel person or a whip person, whatever, but I do try. Another good tip is actually when you're doing waves, put your palm as flat out as possible so that you're getting a full circle. And it just helps with the effect. I know it's difficult at first. My arms, they still get tired out pretty quick, but it's an easy process to pick up on. Also, what you can do is that's a really good move. You can transverse stuff. You can whip out, whip with a whip. And to reverse it, if you want to go, instead of this way, you want to go this way, you start with the pinky, and you come out. It's the same concept, it's just a circle. Just start with the pinky. You come out, and follow it with the following hand. You want to come under with the pinky. Kind of just switch out with it. Reverse is actually pretty difficult for me because I just kind of want to go forward with it. But it's a simple concept, guys. If you want me to redo anything of it, you want to know something new, if you think you can keep up with it, just hit me up on the page. I'll post whatever I can for you. And if you need help getting lights, hit me up on the page. I'll try to help you out when I can. I think the cheapest pair of gloves I've seen were like $20. You know, give your parents $20. Ask them to use their credit card. It's an online thing. There's no actual store here in Alabama, so you have to order them. It takes about 2 days to get a pair of gloves, and they come with these cool 3D glasses. See, kind of give a cool effect to everything. I don't know if the camera can actually catch this, but I'll show you anyway, just to show you. Just kind of give a cool effect to it, but you know, it's whatever. Anyway, guys, hit me up on the page. Happy gloving.